the interest of safety, the FAA requires all pilots to give their passengers a briefing before taking to the air. This video is an honest attempt to demonstrate the do's and don'ts of the passenger briefing.
Gee, I don't know, Bob. Are you sure this thing is safe?
Well, of course it's safe. Don't worry, Jeremy. This here is a Skyreach Bushcat, one of the best light sport airplanes out there. It's built like a tank, and it is in excellent flyworthy condition.
Gee, I don't know, Bob. Are you sure this thing is safe?
How should I know? I didn't build this thing. Here, you need to sign this waiver before we go up.
This is hard.
Okay, Jeremy, just take it slow and easy. Just push off on that tire there and hold the strut with your arm, and then you can just slide yourself in. You can use that bar above your head to pull yourself up.
Okay.
There you go. There's no hurry.
This is hard.
Oh, come on, Jeremy. My grandmother can get into that plane easier than you.
I'm sorry, Bob.
Well, just don't break anything, because if you do, I promise you, you're not going to be able to afford getting it fixed.
Look, I'm doing the best I can.
Just shut your trap and get in. Okay, Jeremy, are you comfortable?
Yep.
Good. Now, these restraints are what they call a 4-point harness. And now that I've showed you how to strap in, I will now calmly and methodically explain to you how to undo the harness so that you can exit the aircraft easily.
All right.
And if you need assistance, I'll be glad to help you. Okay, Jeremy, are you comfortable?
Yep, all strapped in. So now, how do I get out of these?
I'd be happy to show you. For $10. Now, Jeremy, before we start the engine, I want you to thoroughly understand some safety procedures, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, let me just spend a few moments calmly and methodically explaining to you the door latching mechanism and the best way to exit the aircraft quickly in the unlikely event of an emergency.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm also going to direct you to this onboard fire extinguisher. See that there?
I sure do.
And I'm going to show you how to use that just in case your assistance is required. Do you understand?
Oh, not only do I understand, but by you taking the time to discuss with me these safety procedures, I feel more self-assured and equipped to help you if the need arises.
I am so glad to hear you say that, Jeremy.
Bob, is that a fire extinguisher?
Yeah, it's old. I think it needs to be recharged.
Yeah, but what if we have a fire in the cockpit?
Well, then you certainly wouldn't want to be inside the cockpit now, would you? Now, Jeremy, whenever I'm talking on the radio with the control tower, or any time during takeoff or landing, it is very important to remain quiet. We call it a sterile cockpit.
A sterile cockpit. Gotcha.
It's not that I don't want to talk to you, but there are times during critical phases of flight where my full attention will be required, and I can't afford any distractions. Okay?
Well, sure, Bob. That makes a lot of sense. And you can count on me to maintain a safe environment, whether we are on the ground or in the air.
Well, thank you, Jeremy, because you know, safety is the #1 priority.
Hey, Bob, look at those people down there. They look like ants.
Those are ants. We haven't taken off yet.
Oh.
Hey, do me a favor and don't talk anymore. You're really getting on my nerves.
As you can see, there is a right way and a wrong way to conduct a passenger briefing. Let's do all we can to make our passengers comfortable and safe as we take them on their journey skyward.
Oh, wow, Bob. That was the most fun I've ever had in my life. You've inspired me to take flying lessons and become a pilot just like you. Aviation is awesome.
It sure is, Jeremy. Just think, you're going to carry on the same legacy that began with Wilbur and Orville Wright over 100 years ago.
Yeah.
You're going to be like a superhero.
Oh, wow, Bob. That was the most fun I've ever had in my life. You've inspired me to take flying lessons and become a pilot just like you. Aviation is awesome.
Oh, you think so, huh? Do you know how much it's going to cost you to get a pilot's license? And have you any idea how expensive airplanes are these days? Makes me want to chuck it all and go buy a boat.
Oh.
Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand and go get a slice. You're buying. 'Cause I sure as heck don't have any more money.
Jeez Louise.